Manever I say ma PENDREAM TV. PENDREAM TV there, osia dem yopo.
Yo, abusiafo nansen mote se omanpenyini Akuffo Addo maybe okasa tia eye hu hene obra na hu hene ka the school bi ho asem eno enkoda nchen osan eko ayawaso wagon eye ohempon a ono soso ewo honom na omanpenyini ebufu ye toto ne nsa adinti a ohene no ye bo national anthem ohene ansori asabio anjina wi eno soso efiri honom a nansen yara ohen onana Akuffo Addo esan eko ayi bi ewo jase kan na ochia na ahemfo no to ne bufuye se adinti na ahemfo no ehun se oba ototo ne sasa eno so hu asem aba Ghana for ebuafu bebre ekasatia omampenyin se enye obu na ode ma ye traditions ye customs and ye traditions aye wo ewo man mu ha na eno na sabio excuse me and friend say honorable Sam George ene ewo eye good morning Ghana so wabe chirim say nra rather wabe chirim say omampenyini Akuffo Addo enye we enye nye akosu nkwan wayi o wahye bia emma public no no ankasa ne hene ewo prampram sabobe ka mre bi okokpon katamanso emma eye pon katamanso for hene no ekokeka ne feelings de kire no according to Sam George omanpenyini Akuffo Addo eba ne constituency eye prampram ho emma obedi sa anyamra nsam no bi de kire eye ne hene a na oho enti omanpenyini Akuffo Addo oya yi age no ho mena ase opese o kire se chese ne subi emada na ensam a honorable Sam George ekeka no na mepese ye ko na yikutie ensam no mu yie ni hu ensam a esiye ene de oka ede afa ho patro ansa na ye be commercial so be subscribe to PENDREAM TV and subscribe button no pastor faunsa itim so emai na like video no so emai na share video no ma afoforo so enya bi patro wa adwenkyere bi a na wo de ato comment section no ase me patro yenko na yenkotie Sam George good morning Ghana so emra.
Really, the issue of power outages is one that is discomforting, worrying, troubling, but most of all nauseating, because you have the persons who are responsible for managing our power trying to tell us that there is no problem. I mean, with the exception of this statement you've just read from Herbert Crapper, the body language and communication from as far as high up as the minister and government communicators is, oh, this is not doomsaw. This is better than John Mahama's doomsaw. I mean, my lights go off without any notice. I can't plan my life. I don't know when the lights will go off. I don't know when the lights will come on. And you don't have the humility to say to me that this is the problem, this is the plan to fix it, and this is the timetable. You tell me that if I say there is doomsaw, I should fix my own timetable. I mean, it is this arrogant incompetence that is getting on the last nerves of Ghanaians. Business people cannot plan. Small and micro enterprises are struggling because a barbering shop opens, the person goes there, and most of these guys depend on their daily income. He gets there at 8 o'clock, his lights are off till 8 p.m. or 6 p.m. He could not plan because he didn't know the power would go off or come on. Really, how hard is it for us to get a timetable that allows us to plan our lives? I mean, let's call a spade a spade. We have problems of debt, mounting debt in that sector, despite the fact that John Mahama had put in place the plans and the roadmap to clearing those legacy debts with ESLA. These people have come in, collateralized ESLA, extended its lifeline, and we cannot see what they've done with the money. The debt still is there. ECG owes Gridco, VRA. Everybody's owing everybody in that mix. And the Ghanaian people are struggling. Yesterday I saw a journalist, one I'm sure he's one of your proteges, Omar Rusanda, late in the night, do a tweet and tag President Akuffo Addo and say that his little children, his daughters, he's asked them to sleep on the bare floor because the heat was unbearable. And Randy, everybody knows that the heat in Accra this past few weeks has been something else. And we're having to go through this without any milk of compassion from the people who run the sector. Randy, the ordinary Ghanaian is fed up. The ordinary Ghanaian is tired. You have, and this, I mean, I know we'll come to Prof. Nana Jane, but yesterday this is what she spoke about when she spoke about the scorecards. Yes, there was Dumso under President Mahama. And Dumso did not start with President Mahama. You've had the NPP try to paint the picture that Dumso was President Mahama's creation. No. President Mahama was a man of integrity who said, as leader, I will own the problem. It does not mean he created the problem. Because if the NPP claims that President Mahama created Dumso and Dumso started under President Mahama, they should remind us again why President Kufuor in 2006-2007 marched pastors to go and pray for rain at Akuffo Dam. Why? Was it because we had excess power? Now, this is the same NPP government that in their 100-day in office scorecard, as put out by their flag bearer now and Vice President Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, he said that yes, John Mahama had fixed Dumso, but we must not give him credit for it because that is what he was asked to do. Today they say that we shouldn't give Mahama any credit and that there is no Dumso and that theirs is better than. I mean, how can you tell me that your Dumso is better than any other person's when my lights are going off? At least under Mahama, I knew when my lights would go off and I knew when they would come on. Today, you can't tell. Randy, I grew up in Nigeria, and anybody who knows Nigeria knows that one of the few things Ghanaians always use to tease Nigerians is power. NEPA was called Never Expect Power Always. When they changed it to PHC and they said, please hold candle now. And we always tease them and said, in Ghana, even if the lights will go off, they will announce it for you to know when the lights are going off and when they will come on. In Nigeria, it was even that small bragging right we had. Nana Addo and Bawumia have conspired with Napo, Prampram to deprive us of it. What crime have we committed? You no water. And Randy, it is painful because there are people who don't have Ghana water in their houses. They run their own boreholes. You need power to pump water. So when power is cut erratically and you have not been able to pump enough water to store the water, you lose it. Even me, in my house, I have Ghana water. But even with Ghana water, I still need the electricity to pump it into the house. You take my power, I don't have water.
So on Tuesday, talking about this water thing, on Tuesday, my boss, Mr. Tomian Fossen.
Yes.
Okay. They sent me this text, Tuesday, 8:42 a.m. Says, good morning. Please, can you also take a look at the water sector? We're discussing power. It seems there are a lot of challenges. From what I understand, they have problems with their pumping machines. And it's having untold hardship on consumers as well. Some people say they've not had water running for 2 years. For example, I have to buy 300 cedis of water every 3 days. I live at these Legon Hills, no running water for weeks now. And he actually sent me a photograph. It says, as this message comes to you, I'm currently buying water.
Can you imagine?
Please help us. And he sent me a picture of the tanker.
The tanker doing the discharge. Yeah?
Yes.
No, Randy, water is a major issue for many people. Yes, we're shouting about doing so, but the water situation is worse.
There's a correlation.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Because, you see, even when the outages happen...
For water, there's the power issue and there's Galamsey.
Galamsey, yes. And you see, even with the water issue, it's two-pronged. Because the water substations themselves get turned off. So their pumps are off. And then even when they pump the water, your own house too, you are not getting the access to the water because you can't pump it. It is a toxic mix because normally when your lights are off and you're about to sleep, you go and do some small shower so that you can cool down the body and sleep. Now you don't even have water. I mean, what crime have we committed to vote for President Akuffo Addo and Dr. Bawumia? What is the offense Ghanaians have committed to be saddled? I mean, what sin? Randy, you know, if this was Bible days, the nation will wear sackcloths and go back to God in prayer and ask God to forgive us our sins, because this looks as though God is punishing us. But this is not God. This is the sheer wickedness of the people we have voted for. People who have become teen gods unto themselves, behaving like King Nebuchadnezzar in the Bible. That's why today you have the president not concerned about the erratic power situation in our country and the lack of water and the fact that babies are dying in Tema General Hospital. He's more interested in asking chiefs to stand up to greet him. And you know, this is not the first. Yes, the president.
Is that what?
He's more interested in shouting at chiefs that how dare they sit down, and his bodyguards are waving their hands and telling them.
When did they do that?
Oh, at the funeral of the former, what's his name? I forgot. In KJB, in OT. 2 days ago, he shouted. Oh, I will share the video with your production.
He shouted at who?
The chiefs in
For
OT
what?
region.
For what?
He went greeting. And you know, as tradition demands, our chiefs sit. And when you go, you shake their hands. He asked them to stand up to shake his hands to greet him. And when the chiefs were sitting there, he was shouting at them, stand up. And this is not the first time the president is doing it. He did this in my constituency as well. In that instance, I apologize to him because he took offense and actually sent the regional minister at the time, Henry Kotti, to go and warn the chief of Prampram, Nenewaka the third, that when the anthem was being sung, Nenewaka was sitting down and didn't stand up.
That anthem thing, I thought it was here now. I thought it was in the Ayawaso West.
Apart from Ayawaso, he did the same thing when he came to Atlantic Life Sciences, the commissioning of Atlantic Life Sciences in my constituency.
But why didn't the chief stand for the anthem?
So that one I apologized and said that my chief didn't know.
But the president was right.
Randy. Yes. You see, you want to see if the president's standards are the same. The same president was at another function with his daughter. When the anthem was being sung, his daughter was on the phone.
But he didn't see her.
He didn't see her.
He couldn't have seen her.
He saw the chiefs, but he couldn't see his daughter.
I've seen that video.
Yes.
Yeah, but from where the president was seated, he could not have seen his daughter. No, he couldn't.
Randy, you are holding brief for the president.
No, I'm not. I'm just saying.
If the president could reprimand our
No, you don't get the point I'm making.
I get it, but
if you watch the video, the president was not in a position to have seen his daughter.
His daughter was sitting on his side.
Not behind him. Behind him, he couldn't have seen her.
Oh, Randy.
Yeah.
Randy, you are making.
But just no, he couldn't have seen her. So
the bottom line for me is that this is the president's pet peeve. Not the
As you are saying, in this instance, it was greeting.
Oh, Randy, yes, he went to greet. Oh, let me just say.
You're sure that these were chiefs?
Oh, Randy.
No, I just want. And when he got there, they refused to get up.
It's not that they refused, Randy. That is our custom.
Okay.
And you see,
so they were seated.
They were seated. Will the president have done this to
hold on. Just hold on.
Yes. I mean,
is this what you are referring to?
Yes, this is what I'm referring to, Randy. See the bodyguard asking them to stand up and look at the president. See, look, do you see his hands? He says, I'm greeting you, stand up. I am greeting you, stand up.
But is the person a chief?
Yes. Those are all chiefs. Those are all chiefs in KJB.
But
you see, Randy, look at him. He's even wearing the head regalia. These are chiefs in KJB.
And chiefs are not supposed to
no, Randy.
Get up
no,
when the president is...
No, Randy.
Really?
Randy, we revere our chiefs. And that's what I'm asking
you. You mean all category of chiefs?
Oh, Randy, a chief is a chief. Whether he's...
not all.
Randy, you have gone to his land. These are the chiefs in that area. Okay. These are the chiefs in that area. Okay. And that's the question I asked. That will he do this with other chiefs? If he went to Chebi, would he do this to Amutia Ofiripenyin?
Maybe the chiefs will rise.
And we have seen the president greet all of them. Okay. They don't rise for the president. You see, we have a certain place where as politicians, yes, we have political power, but the custodians of the land are our chiefs. This is the arrogance of power. This is the height of arrogance that has engulfed the president. This is what the president is more interested in. He's not interested in the fact that these same chiefs did not have water and electricity before they came to meet him. That's not his business. Okay. So this is the state of our country, where right now you have a president who sees himself as monarch, lord of all, king of all, ruler of all. Maybe we should add principality and power. I don't know if I should continue and add wickedness in high places. Because, Randy, where we live in today is wickedness, pure wickedness. That a woman will carry her baby for 10 months, 40 weeks, Randy. Give birth to her child, go through the pains of labor. And Randy, like you, I have been in the theater 3 times with my wife. And I know what it means for women to give birth to a child. And Mother's Day is coming very soon. We celebrate all mothers in advance. A mother goes through all of this, gives birth to her child, and her child is killed because of the incompetence of Akuffo Addo and his energy ministry and those managing our energy sector. There is no power, and this child dies at Tema General Hospital. And people say we should not talk about it. Is this not wickedness in high places? Is this not unconscionable? How does the president sleep at night? The generator that powers his house is paid for with our taxes. When there was a power outage, we saw John Mahama using his holiday. Randy, John Mahama used his official holiday to go and do the negotiations on America. Do you remember that? And brought us the American power plant and brought car power to fix the problem. This was a president who went to parliament and said, I am president. I have been voted to fix the problems. I'm not going to pass the buck. I will fix the problem. And he fixed the problem. Today, you have a president who is more interested in renaming assets that were left for him. He's not creating his own. And we are in a complete mess. Randy, look, we can't wait for December 7th to have our say and have our way. Because enough of this ineptitude, enough of this crass incompetence, enough of this sheer arrogance of power.
Fred Aguayo said in the text, he says that the president's daughter sat by his side, not behind.
By his side. I remember the video. The president's daughter was by his side.
Oh, child.
She wasn't behind him. She was by his side.
I say media edika. Enti eye enkomo no na yakofa ede abrewi ane. Sam George, honorable Sam George, good morning Ghana so ena odi abetu dwa say eye omanpenyini Akuffo Addo eba eye ne constituency Prampram ebe ye the same thing ewo ho no. But ye the same thing omanpenyini Akuffo Addo bia say chese ashoki obi adwene ho ayente ase se enti papa yi ohunu ho sen die empa na ekoso wo papa yi na adwene mu aso bibia ye normal there, like everything ye normal because ye onyoma ni bi wo hono mu a odwene ho a wonte ase ya na obisa ho se na ne ekoi bibia sisi ni kwan so because look ye wo presidents presidents meka ne say omo efri fence military regime mu na ebae obi ti say President Rawlings ye nyina yidim say President Rawlings ofri military regime mu na obae but obi adi adanse say President Rawlings at the time etumi krampo ebukotodwe ewo ohene anim ekuchia ohene obukotodwe ewo abusuafo President Rawlings etumi ko bukotodwe edi chia ohene ewo badwase ahwe anye no like asamo me pese me hwehwe some picture bi ede kiremo President Rawlings echia ewo badwase na wakoduru ohene ebi animu a chese ayiase o na President Rawlings atumi abukotodwe edi echia ohene no eyi ase to demonstrate say like ahemfo no or the respect ye den e de ma won na yenwa ne sen na ambe na sabiu enne omanpenyini Akuffo Addo de o se ahemfo ni nyina emekoto nanim ahemfo ni nyina ensore no ahemfo ni nyina chese meaning like I sometimes want to understand say there na ekoso wo omanpenyini sabiu na adwenem like bibi ay okay there like how me pese me yi video no fence yi na e de kire mo na mo hwe ade kakra me pese me yi de kire mo because ensam no bi wo ma e wo se ye ka aha wa hwe video and picture yi hwe picture yi se omampanyini o obi a wo ye sabi wo ye politic like military person ono kura timi kobutu ahemfo anim echia won omampanyini Akuffo Addo said there be that ono de agisa ahemfo no sorry ansa no matimi echia no because oye ne sunipa emada like Charlie abusiafo enye like enye normal o enye normal mimi hunu se eye normal sa there be ye onyoma bi ham be fi se bi a ye ne life ye bunu mu ade ye ne life ne ho but nyoma bi it goes beyond that sabi ye ni eti krum ha omampanyini okọ Ashanti region omampanyini okọ Eastern region okọ Northern region okọ other regions yehu enyoma ekoso enti so okupie baabi na so oye nyoma bi se ya na amanfo odwon se bibia ye alright de bibia ye okay de na ekoso cause omampanyini Akuffo Addo akoshia mahama obadwase a wachia a chese empanyifo gina ho a mahama ka ho masalan egina ho a wochia o musi oduru mahama so no watra mahama akochia nipa foforo like odwene ho anta se papa yi enti onim position a okura na de ana ot position a okura na se ana hey Charlie, this is serious. That is a serious thing that we must not joke with it. Odwene ho a won tia says o kan biblia ebekọ akoye se ebia ogubenya omampanyini kasatia but asam no so edika because wa hwe se utimi ko ohene ebi na okọ Ashanti region that ye born national anthem we be expect say otumfo anase amoatia ofuruponyini ensori nyina nyoma bia like Charlie, I don't get it. What dey mami ntwa so aha PENDREAM TV enye say like nyoma no bi won ma ka so ka obeka ma de achi but e was e kama Ghana fo nyina di hu say ne ekoso wo oman Ghana mu ni e say de ani ayi nyan odwene ho a wonte ase say papa yi timu ye sure say papa yi bibia ye okay aha PENDREAM TV mesom so be subscribe to the channel and na watch like video no e dia mame na wa share video no e dia to platform bia so wo said me bia benya bi ahwe meso wo adwenkyire bia na wo dia to comment section no ase e dia mayen PENDREAM TV yesi edamu yopo
Maneva na sema PENDREAM TV de osi edam yopo